Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to talk about a narcissistic injury. I want to talk about that because I guess I wanted to discuss with you guys my thoughts and ideas about the narcissistic injury versus like a long-term revenge game. Like you'll see the long-term revenge game, and if you have to deal with a narcissist throughout the span of years, like if the relationship is over, and you'll wonder like, okay, you'll definitely see this in a legal situation. You'll definitely see that. You'll see it, 3 years later, like, what's going on? Like, why is this happening and that happening? And, why are they getting paperwork in the mail now, getting legal paperwork, and, you haven't heard from them, or, you haven't had too many issues like that. And then 3 or 2 years later, versus a narcissistic injury, your tires are getting slashed, you got 14 nails in your tires. So I wanted to talk about those things with you guys, and just share some ideas about that with you all. And before I get started, guys, I'm gonna be drinking some tea. That's it. I'm not drinking nothing else. Just in case y'all wonder, it's some Lipton green tea, guys. You don't need to be healthy. It says support a healthy heart. You're gonna need to be healthy when you're dealing with a narcissist. So I know tea has full of antidotes, and I got tons of boxes of tea, so that's what I'm drinking. So y'all won't think like, what is she drinking? That's what I'm drinking. Okay, so let's jump right in. Yeah, let me say narcissistic injury, guys. This is I want to compare this to like a toddler weaning. Everybody knows when you think about weaning, you're taking something away from the baby, and that's usually the breast. They have to get used to a bottle because it's time. They're big enough, they have teeth, so it's a change, and they're not having it. They are going to let you have it. Basically, they don't let you have it because it's just a change. They're not it's just different for them. They may not feel as though they're ready for that change, and it's just like they want you to know that they want things back the way they used to be. So they're going to let you have it. They're going to cry. They're going to maybe hold out. It's like but you're trying to get them to learn that this is the way things are now. You have to have this bottle. You have to learn how to adjust to this. And the baby usually have a hard time with that process. So comparisons, just the behaviors. I'm not talking about babies anything to do with a narcissist. I'm just talking about the behaviors. Like narcissists, their behaviors, like when you take something away from them and a change, usually when you want the relationship to end, it's nothing there. You're tired, you're tired of the drama, the chaos, and you just need your space, so the narcissist doesn't take well to that. Usually there are many cases where people get discarded, and other cases where they discard the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't take usually too well to being discarded in that particular scenario. So let's say you discarded the narcissist. It's a really really dangerous time, honestly, because they don't they don't want that situation to play out the way that it did. So they'll usually go into a lot of rage and a lot of high emotions. I say they're real weak at this point because they really are invested in a lot of unhealthy behaviors, and their angle is a lot of stalking, slashing your tires, being out there, high risk behaviors, you know what I mean? So they're out there in the streets getting pretty dirty, pretty nasty. They are trying to torture you, dominate you. They want to show you that I'm not the one to be played with. You're going to understand who I am. You see, I can get away with this if I want to because nobody's here. Nobody saw me do this. Nobody saw me do that. They want to mess with you psychologically too, Let me take a sip of the tea to that, guys. So psychologically, you're going to be feeling like, oh my God, you go outside, get ready to go to work, and you got 4 tires slashed down, and it's just like, okay, I know that I didn't see him do it, but I know he did it. You're going to be really feeling really really upset, really emotional about it. And then when if you do try to get legal help, they're going to be like, well, how do you know? Or, all of this stuff. And this is a whole nother different stress level, because it's very expensive on that side of the gate. When you go into those those legal settings, very expensive, a lot of stress. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, because you got to actually realize that you not only are paying someone to support you and assist you, you have to go out here and prove your case that what you're saying is about your ex or the narcissist is true. You got to actually prove it to people, like they're starting off like they don't even believe you or trust you. So it's just a lot. It's a lot, guys. I'm telling you, it's really, really tough. So my thing is, about narcissistic injuries, you gotta really be careful, because they're out in the streets, playing games. They're everywhere. I've said this before in other videos. I feel like I've said that you have to really use your street smarts. Don't take the trash out at night. Just really be careful, because they will really break the law just trying to get to you. They really want to be violent, and their emotions are really, really, really unregulated. They're not even the normal type of narcissist. They're really on edge right now. You gotta really be careful with them. They can be anywhere. I mean, even if you take one to court, they can be planted outside the courthouse. They just want to touch you. They just want to get their hands on you to punish you. So they're really gonna really be in a lot of risky behaviors, a lot of stalking, a lot of just a lot of chaos, and you really got to protect yourself. That's why I like cameras so much. And you're gonna have to protect your car, because they like to play on cars a lot. I've heard that a lot, and I even know it from personal experiences. Narcissists like to play with cars, and I mean scratching up, keying up cars, slashing tires, nails. I mean, they just like to psychologically torture you, because they it's like you don't catch them do it, but they did it, and it's a mess. It's just a mess. So you really have to really be careful, understand that you can cause a narcissistic injury. I had this debate with a relative, and they were telling me that you can kind of predict when you cause a narcissistic injury, and I was like, no, I think it's unpredictable. But they were like, well, if you take them to court and you get a W, if you get the W, you get a win, and you get an increase or something per se in child support or something, then you should know that the narcissist is going to come for you. That's how they feel. If they operate like children, they feel like you've taken something from them, then they're going to come for you. They want to teach you a lesson. So you should know to cut the cameras on, and you gotta get a camera in your car too. They got GoPros and all that. You gotta, if you are into protecting your property and you just don't like someone messing with your stuff, you want to really have a good good setup. So I was thinking to myself, but you might not even know sometimes you cause a narcissistic injury. So that's when I'm going to get on to the long-term revenge game. I was saying in my argument that you may not even hear from them for like and I mean hear from them. I don't mean hear from them because if y'all got children together, or if there's some type of divorce thing going on. I know narcissists drag things out. It could be a couple of years. You might not even hear from them in a way where they're causing conflict or something. You might not get anything in the mail or anything. Everything could be kind of normal for at least a few years, and then all of a sudden, somebody's knocking at your door ready to serve you some papers, or you might have a tire slash, and it's like, what is that? Like, what's going on there? And I think, in my personal opinion, that the narcissist is still angry at you. They have other sources of supply, but they are using you as a negative source of supply. So they always need that that energy that they get from being around you, because you are the reason for all their problems. You're the reason that they have a criminal record in their minds, even though they could have already had a criminal record long before you met them. But in their minds, you're the one. You're the reason that they can't get a job. You're the reason. It's your fault. So this could be a pattern of them getting supply from other places. Their supply for admiration and attention, dating other people. But when they feel that things are not going right in their lives, they're taking that negative energy and they want to blame it back on you. So they'll come back to the person that they feel has is the source of all of their issues and mess with you. And now all of a sudden they want to get more custody time or more parenting time. Now all of a sudden they want rights to the kids that they were never involved, and you're like, where is this coming from? Like, out of nowhere. So the long term, what I call it, long term revenge game is just a little different. I think it's more complex. I think the narcissist has is still always watching you or getting information from people, anybody they can, or watching you online, or getting information from the kids. Yeah, they do use kids for information. It's really disgusting and sad, but I think that they can, like, if they don't got nothing on you, nothing interesting, they can just kind of sit back and kind of like a snake in the grass. I think they know their seasons. I think they know that there's nothing going on right now. Let me just but I think when the iron is hot, they're ready to go. They just know they get something and they run with it. You know what I mean? In their minds, they can get something, and they may think, hey, you know what? I don't feel like paying her child support anymore. Let me just go ahead and just try to take the kids away. It might be something out of the blue, just and they're like, oh, you don't do enough with the kids, and that's when all these false claims come in, or you're too preoccupied with your new spouse and you don't love the kids anymore, or the kids are never do anything, and you're just anything they could come up with. It's just out of the blue. It could be 2-3 years down the line, 4 years. They can go a while without taking you into court in a legal situation. In that scenario, they can go a while. They just know when to go based off on the information they have, and just I think they just get information, and it's just timing for them. They're calculated. You know what I mean? So you don't have to think on the flip side of it. Like I said, a narcissistic injury is like more of a thing that they want to deal with right now. They are, they want to hurry up and get their hands on you right now at that moment. But they also, on the flip side, can be patient and wait and do a long-term attack on you throughout the years, just out of the blue. So that's what I say, my thoughts are on the narcissistic injury versus the long-term revenge plot of them. I just feel like they can, just sit back and wait and just still mess with you, still cause a lot of chaos and a lot of drama, bring a lot of drama to your life. So, a solution is always to, understand a lot about the laws. You're dealing with a psychopath or a malignant narcissist, it's plenty of information out there about ways to really protect yourself, because these individuals don't change. They might, the same person that was abusing you and stalking you last year is going to be doing it in 15 years, and especially if y'all share kids together, they're going to use that as a way to, create more conflict and drama. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my thoughts are on a narcissistic injury and a long-term revenge plot. I think it's still, I don't think you can really predict a narcissistic injury, because I mean, the narcissist may be back on, I don't really want to say it on YouTube, but that alone may make them start, going through things in their mind and having these thoughts about you, because since you're the negative source of supply, and they may want to go back, start stalking you. It could just be anything. I think it's unpredictable, but other people might argue with me and say, well, no, it is predictable. You can predict a narcissistic injury, because if you did this, then that's going to tick them off, whatever. I don't know, but tell me what you think about that, guys. Can you predict when you cause a narcissistic injury? Can you predict that when you think that your narcissist, the narcissist that you deal with is going to be upset? Or do you think it's more unpredictable? Do you think it's just in their nature to cause drama and come up in and out of your life when they want to? So definitely subscribe, guys. I'm going to be uploading a lot more when I can this year, guys. And subscribe. And if you like this video, just comment below. Tell me what you think, guys. I will see you guys in the next video.